Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Servant Thought. I just wanted to demonstrate how to fix your PureChat with your FactionsPro server plugin. So I don't know if you can see right here, but the text for this, the text color for my rank is not very good. You may be able to see it says Ender Dragon Servant Thought. And it has a little bracket, and I don't know if you notice, but there's a bracket on the left, it's one color, bracket on the right, it's a different color. So I'll show you how to fix all that to format your everything perfectly. But so anyways, let's get into it. So basically, if you see, when I exit here, this is another program, My Status, and it shows you here my faction name is Boss. So what's supposed to happen in PureChat is when I type, it's supposed to show you my faction name, but it does not. So I'm going to show you how to fix that and how to configure it in PureChat. So we're going to go here. The server I'm using is Ramshard. It's the best that I found so far. It gives you options that other servers don't give you, and which is, if you see here, I'm in the FTP client area of my server, which allows me to upload plugins. And so you can see here that they give me unzip and zip and for my download options. So instead of just downloading FAR files, and I'll show you here in a minute, so let's go up. So right here we see that in normal servers, what happens is when you download this .phar file. So .phar file is a compressed file for servers, and that compressed file basically will have what these folders have in it that I downloaded straight from source. So so they'll have everything you need, and then but when you have a FAR file, what it does is it creates, if it has the correct API version, of course, it'll create a directory folder inside your server, and then normally within that directory server folder you can make alterations like configuration and stuff like that, and that's the only file you have in there. But if there's a problem with the code, then it's better, instead of downloading this PHAR file, what you should do instead is, with this server, what it gives you the ability to do is you can actually upload the zip file from GitHub or whatever source you want that actually designs the plugins themselves. You can upload it from source, which is what I did here, and it makes it a lot easier, because if there's some issue with the code, you can actually alter the code, and you could update it yourself and fix it yourself. You could learn how to distinguish and read code a little bit. So anyways, right here we have PureChat. So we're going to go into PureChat. And right now, I don't have it set up for the FactionsPro yet, but we're about to show you. It's really fast. Anyways, so if you do upload a zip file into your server and then unzip it, then you'll see this entire directory. However, if you just upload the PHAR file, you're only going to see what we find here in our resources, which is just the configuration file. So your directory is just going to show the directory name, which is whatever the plugin name is, and then it's going to show you a configuration file. So do not, in any circumstances, if you have it uploaded from source, start to configure this file, because it's going to be useless, because it will never get to that file. If you have it from source, it's going to go directly from this configuration file right here. So if you upload a PHAR file, use the directory file or the config, the only choice you have, of course. However, if you do choose to zip and use one that allows you to do so, then you're going to use this configuration, and don't use the one inside resources, because you're going to be doing a lot of work for no reason. So anyways, let's go ahead and go in this edit or config file. Don't just click on it, actually press edit, because to click on it will just download the file. So as we see here, set up defaults. The two options right now for PureChat are FactionsPro and this other one, and but there are a lot of other faction plugins, of course. However, unfortunately, they don't work. So I messaged these guys, PureChat, and asked them if they could possibly add some other options there, because there are some options that people really like, which is whoever has the top money in your server, they're gonna be listed as the top person. However, that when it comes to a Faction Pro, it's not an option, unfortunately. So as you see here, it did have before, it had the little squiggly lines, or the squiggly line, singular, sorry. And so it did have this line here, which is hiding somewhere from me. Oh, here it is, sorry, far left. Anyways, it started with this sign, right? So I just copied and pasted it inside here. And so now, and make sure there's a space between the Faction Pro and your colon there, because if not, it's not going to work. And so anyways, so you see there, bam, we got Faction Pro inside there. So now it's activated. Faction Pro is going to search a Faction Pro to access our ranks and everything. So so now here we see here prefix. This is the problem. When we see prefix, it's an issue, and because it's not gonna do anything inside there, inside the faction program. So what I mean by that is, see right here it says faction name, and so it gives us available tags right here. And so what we actually want is we want to highlight faction name, and don't forget our little brackets here, little squiggly line brackets, and we're going to go ahead and copy that, and then we're going to go on here. Actually, I guess I could just post in there. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and just put it inside there, paste, and sorry. So we're going to put faction name inside there. And so we're just going to do that. Just get the faction itself instead of worrying about the brackets. I will need brackets later on though. Anyway, so let me go ahead and turn the phone in the other direction. Make it easier for me to type. I apologize. So now it's going to mess it up on your side. So anyways, so really you only need to do chat. You don't need to do the tag. I'm not actually sure what the tag is, like when does it show up? Is it going to be floating over my head or something? I'm not sure. That's possible, so let's go ahead and just put it in chat and the tag, because it actually might be floating over my head. Anyway, so so that's finished. Replace all the prefixes with faction name. So now it's going to show up who this faction person is. And here we actually have ranks that I've created, and that is pulling this directly from my my Faction Pro, because I actually already activated this and stuff. So I'm just showing you how to do it. So anyways, so I'm redoing everything that I've already done. So anyways, so wither, these are all the different names, and these are of course the color code before the name. So it's 7 and whatnot. And then the cool thing in this this particular program is, I don't know if you've seen the code up here. Does it show us or no? Alright, so it doesn't show inside the code itself. Oh, maybe it does. No, it doesn't. Alright, so anyways, if you see the number sign versus this little squiggly S sign, not all ones have the S sign. So if you see this symbol right here, if you hold down, you'll have the squiggly S. And so that is how you activate these different lines for colors. And the cool thing about this code is it doesn't show you in here. It actually shows you in the main code. But anyways, it converts that squiggly line S. I can't remember the actual name. I apologize. That's not the proper name. And so anyways, so that S, it is something symbol. I can't remember right now. But anyways, so that S, that double S or whatever, is equivalent in this code to the number sign. So if you, I'm sorry, the and symbol, I apologize. So the and symbol, it's equivalent to it. So that's why in these codes you'll see and symbol 3 instead of the the symbol. I can't remember what the heck the name is. The squiggly S symbol. So anyway, so that's why you have that, that this code is actually recognizing that. And right here, the and symbol L is bold. And then all these other ones are the different variation colors you can choose from. And these are all the available tags. So anyways, so that's what's before this faction name area here is just bold. Because you see it's and L and then and 3. So that's what we see here. So anyways, when it comes down to my ranks, I don't have a faction name option or a prefix option there. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the entire thing. If I can get this thing to select. And I'm going to go drag it over here and get all the and symbols. So I'm going to get the color and bold. And then the bracket on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And so I'm going to go down here and name tag. Make sure that you put it past the quotation there. And then go ahead and post it in. Bam. Done. And I'm going to show you something in a minute. How to fix that bracket that I was talking about earlier. That was miscolored. So we're just going to go ahead and paste all these in here past the quotation, of course. And in both the name tag and chat. I'm not quite sure what the name tag is, but I imagine maybe it's going to be what's floating over my head. So I definitely want to be able to see who's in my faction, who's not when I'm killing them. So, oh yeah, and this one has, you know, friendly fires off anyway, so you wouldn't be able to kill someone who's in your faction. But you definitely don't want to waste your time attacking the wrong people or attempting to attack the wrong people. So right here, we all have our faction names now in the chat. That's done. And I don't know if you see zombie here. I actually fixed it before. What it did say here is the default was the and symbol and 8. That's the color that they were using. I can't remember that. That's like a gray or something like that. Yeah, dark gray. So because that color was before the my rank here, it was actually making that one bracket that color. So I just deleted it, but I had done it before you guys came here. Anyways, actually, because it's not there, I don't know if you saw earlier, actually, when I was looking at it, it was not there. So we'll go ahead and keep that bold symbol there, and we're going to go ahead and put and then we'll just copy the color that's before zombie, which is going to be A, is the color code. And then we'll go ahead and zombie. I actually did it for these name tags. I actually changed it properly, but for the chat, I did not. I forgot about that. So anyways, we're just going to go in here and mimic whatever Polar has, which is going to be 9. And Ender Dragon. So I'm going to get it after my bold. And so I'm going to go ahead and do and symbol, and that's a 0, which is black. I'm going to have to change that color. It makes it extremely difficult to see it. Unless, of course, we're looking at a white background or something like that. That might make it easier. So, and then site owner. We're going to do and symbol and 4, which is the color for owner. I believe that's red. And last but not least, or actually least literally, because this is my, oh no, that's actually my second rank, sorry. Zombie is my lowest rank. And then Polar Bear, then Wither, and then Iron Golem, and then Ender Dragon. And then I increase all my enchants to go along with the increasing ranking. So anyway, so we got Wither, bam, we got the colors, so that bracket's going to be good. And the same thing, we have the 4-4 with the owner, and 7-7 with Iron Golem, 0-0 for Ender Dragon, 9-9 for Polar, and AA for Zombie. That's like a green color for Zombie. So now we have all our factions, all our colors are going to be set up and clean. And that should be everything. Oh yeah, and then of course, don't forget to change the default faction plugin to Factions Pro, if that's what you're using. But there's only these 2 options anyways, until the developer changes that, of course. So we're going to go ahead and save everything we just changed, otherwise it was done in vain. And then we're going to go here to our console, or the server, whatever one, how we have it set up. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and restart, so that way all those changes will then be updated in the server. And if you don't restart, then you're not going to see the changes. You're going to think you messed up, but really just remember restart. And when dealing with certain plugins, you want to actually stop your server and do your changes and then start it again. Otherwise, it'll crash your server. I remember when I was saving my world, that's what happened. and it was very unfortunate. But I was able to recover my spawn points and stuff like that. So anyways, don't forget to stop your server. And we're going to go back in Minecraft now. And we should see everything up to date exactly how we want it. Oops. Sorry about that. Apologize. Come on, dude. Alright. Alright. And resume game. Dun, dun, dun. Nope, I lied. We're going to stop and save. I swear I'm going to fast forward through this. And servers. Ramshard. Dun, 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 dun. Come on. Alright, here we go. So as we see, my status shows us that faction name is Boss. Rank is Ender Dragon. Extremely difficult to see. And so let's go type any random thing in here. Now we see Boss is showing up now, Ender Dragon, and we see the bracket is fixed, the color of the bracket, and we have our name. Maybe we'll change our name color later. If you notice, just in case you're interested in other plugins, this plugin right here, which actually says hello, player's name, and then all the details of my server. This is a plugin. It's made by, I can't remember the name of the developer. It starts with Nice. And if you're interested in that plugin because you want this feature, just let me know and I'll make a video about it. And then my status, it's displayed up here. You could actually alter this and put whatever items you want to view up here. And so I have rank, faction, kills, deaths, players. Money is not working right now, so I have the question mark there because it reminds me I have to talk to the developer to try to fix that. Coordinates, I had to go inside their code and change because their X coordinate was actually showing Y's coordinates. So instead of seeing 8269, you were seeing 6969, which was not working, of course. So I had to change that in the code, and I can show you how to do that in another video if you're interested. And Ender Pearls. So now I just finished the Ender Pearl plugin, making it so there's no damage when it flies. And boom. Oh, I'm in creative right now. So I'm in creative, so there's not going to be any damage anyways. But I promise you, if I was in survival, you would see that there is no damage. I promise you. I'm not making up stories. Survival. Boom. Alright, now replay. And for some reason, it's still in 2. And no damage. But we do have the cool warp sound. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And if you want to see other videos of how to change code and update these plugins, make your life easier, let me know. You guys have a good one. Bye.